Welcome to Scriptural Snapshots, brought to you by Living Faith Ministries in Kaiser, West Virginia, where we bring the living Word of God into your life. I'm Pastor Gordon Brubaker. We're talking about a prepared place. We're talking about how Jesus is going to prepare a place for us, and we ended at John 13:36 yesterday, where Peter is asking Jesus, where are you going? Because he just told him, I'm going away. And Peter says, well, where are you going? And the interesting response is Jesus says, where I am going, you cannot follow me now, but you shall follow me afterwards. In other words, right now, you can't follow me, but I'm preparing a place and I'm going to go there, and then you will follow me at a later date. And Peter makes a bold declaration. He says, I will lay down my life for you. And this starts the whole conversation that Jesus has with Peter. And he said, I will lay down my life for your sake. Now, even though Peter's a disciple, even though Peter's been with Jesus for 3 years, and even though Peter loves Jesus and Peter wants to follow Jesus, there's a lot of things Peter doesn't understand. He's kind of like us. There's a lot of things we just really don't understand yet. And we talked about that earlier this week. But we've got to remember that Jesus has told his disciples that he must die, that he must be buried, that he must be raised from the dead on the third day. And remember, Peter objected to that. This is in Matthew 16:16. It says, after Jesus told Peter these things, Peter rebuked God. He rebuked Jesus Christ. He said, no. I'm not going to allow this to happen to you. And this is right after he confessed that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God. But Jesus says, no, I'm not going to let this happen to you. No, you're not going to die. None of this stuff's going to happen. And Jesus rebuked Peter. Now, he says, he called him Satan. He said, get thee behind me, Satan. And even then, Peter didn't understand. He still doesn't understand. Like Peter, we believe, but when God tells us more than what we can cope with, we tend to rebuke God. Said, no, this isn't true. No, this isn't right. And we want to, I'll put it like this. There's just simply times we want to put God in his place. And that's what Peter was doing when he objected to Jesus dying and going to the cross for us. Right after he confessed Jesus to be the Christ, the Lord, the Messiah. In Matthew 16:23, Jesus said, get thee behind me, Satan. You are an offense to me. Now listen, for you are not mindful of the things of God, but the things of men. This is a problem that the world had in John 7 and John 8. They were mindful of the things of men. When Jesus is explaining his death and his resurrection, Peter was more mindful of the things of men rather than the things of God. Now, this is a problem. This is a major lesson that Peter had to learn, and he had to learn it several times, that we cannot be, well, Jesus told the unbelievers, he said, you are from beneath, I am from above. And when you're mindful of the things of men, you are from beneath. You are not from above because you're trying to rebuke God. You're trying to put God in his place. You are trying to explain to God things that you don't even comprehend, that you don't even understand. But we're going to put God in his place because these things just can't happen. No. See, when the angel came to Mary, she didn't understand what Gabriel was telling her, but she kept her peace. And she submitted herself under the will of God and under the plan of God. And she simply said, be it to me according to your will. Let it be done to me according to your will. Peter, he wasn't that submissive. Oh, no, we're not going to let. He rebuked God. And I'll tell you, when you rebuke God, you get into trouble. Because you're mindful of the things of the world, not the things of God. So Peter says, I will lay down my life for you. Oh man, that's a bold statement, isn't it? And Jesus in John 13:38 says, will you lay down your life for me? Most assuredly, I say to you, the rooster shall not crow till you have denied me 3 times. See, now this is a conversation. Jesus is telling Peter, you say you're going to lay down your life for me. Let me tell you something. This is a sign. This is I'm foretelling. So when this happens, you'll know that I already know this. He says, you're going to deny me 3 times before the rooster cries. Sometimes in order to learn a lesson, we've got to be embarrassed. But it's necessary for us to learn to submit to the will of God. This was an embarrassment for Peter. I will not deny you. Yeah, he did deny Jesus 3 times. But see, Jesus already knew this, but Jesus knew Peter's heart. Again, Jesus gives Peter and us a hope when he says, where I am going, you cannot follow me now, but you shall follow me afterward. Afterward. After you flub up, after you goof up, after you deny Christ, after you rebuke God, God knows our heart. And he tells Peter, and he gives us hope, you'll follow me after a while. After a little bit, you're going to follow me, but you're going to stumble beforehand. You can't come now, but you will come. I'm Pastor Gordon Brubaker. God bless you.